Hi everybody, we're here once again. We are Eurovision Fantasia, and today we have our first guest from Iceland that she will be competing in Songvakeppnin this Saturday actually, tomorrow the first semi-final, and she's Moa. Hi Moa, thank you so much for taking time to answer our questions and come to the interview with us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So yeah, as I said, you will be competing tomorrow on the first semi-final of Songvakeppnin, which is the national final to choose the Icelandic representative for Eurovision 2023 in Liverpool, happening next May. Before we start talking about your song and the competition, how will you introduce yourself to the audience, and also why did you how do you feel when you got chosen to enter this competition, and what are your expectations for the contest and how you end up here, basically?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Moa. I'm an Icelandic singer. I was very active in the music scene in the 90s, during the millennium and around that. But then I stopped. I jumped off the wagon, the music wagon, and started to do different things. I studied theology and lots of, doing interesting stuff. But to make a long story short, I'm back and competing in Songvakeppnin. Well, 2 years ago, I started writing again after a long break. And the song I am competing with is part of that material I've been working on. Working with a producer, Icelandic Sweden producer, on my stuff, new stuff. And so this song is kind of just part of that. Lose This Dream. It's the name of the song. Yeah.
Nice. Was there like a particular moment you decided you wanted to enter Songvakeppnin or Eurovision, or did it just kind of happen? Or was it like a long time thing you wanted to do, maybe like when you do music in the past as well? Or was it like a new thing for you?
I think I never thought about, entering Songvakeppnin before. But when I started writing again, kind of really fresh after a long break, the starting point was my piano here at my home. So my kind of musical writing changed a little bit. It just got more, the outlook was more simple. So the songs, I don't know, it's just more focus on my vocals, kind of using all my vocals, my vocal range, and kind of doing simple songs that work on the piano, just basically me and the piano. So the outlook was more simple. And I think with Eurovision and Songvakeppnin, my approach to music is more kind of fitting to the that environment. So I kind of had this idea and just jumped on it. It's just intuition. I act on intuition. I just want to enjoy the ride. That's my motto these days.
So now talking a bit more about your song. So can you tell us a bit what inspired you to write this song, Lotus Asked, or in English, Lose This Dream? Because we can hear that you're singing about something really deep and like a personal experience, singing to someone that you really love, and also like you are having to let him or her go. Because we see that in some parts you say like, I don't want to lose this dream. What's that dream, and what do you mean with these lyrics, and what is the meaning of the song?
Yeah, it's a breakup song, but written in hindsight. It's written long after the breakup, so I have a different perspective on that breakup. Like all songs, they are based on personal experience, of course, but we are all poets as well, so you have like your freedom to add to things, of course, but there's this essential feeling of losing the dream of maybe the one and only love, or the perfect love, the dream of the perfect love that doesn't really exist, does it? I mean, there are many loves. You can experience it. Many kinds of,
So speaking more about like your general musical styles, obviously your songs quite like a more like, simple, like elegant sort of ballad now. What do you say are your general musical inspirations? Were they the same in the 90s and 2000s, or as they are now? But like introduce you, who and what inspires you to make your music
Today.
today and in the past? Yeah,
In the
today.
past, I mean, my roots are from jazz music. I started really at really young age, you know, just performing standards in clubs, smoky clubs, so to speak, with a pianist. And I made a jazz record when I was around 20. And so those are my roots, you know, just me performing with piano. So, but then I got really curious about, you know, techno music and electronic music, and I kind of started my journey to try to, you know, combine jazz with electronic music. So I created my solo album, which I wrote and was released at the legendary hip hop label Tommy Boy, New York label. Was kind of, well, the music genre could be described as jazztronica, something like that, you know. So I was a part of this hip hop scene, really, you know. But I was really curious about sounds, you know, back then. So I think now I'm kind of more, you know, exploring and kind of a little bit of a homecoming to my roots, you know, as a singer by the piano, you know, just this basic feeling, you know, and closeness.
So you will perform in the first semi-final of Songvakeppnin tomorrow, 18th of February. And what sort of performance can we expect from you? Because if it's a ballad, we expect it's going to be something very focused on you and the stage presence. Have you decided if you will be singing it in Icelandic or English? How does it work this time? Because in the past years, in the semifinals, you have to sing it in Icelandic, and then in the final, you could choose English or Icelandic. So, yeah, what can we expect?
Well, tomorrow I'm performing in Icelandic, obviously, because those are the rules. But like I said, in the past, I wrote all my stuff in English, so it comes quite natural for me. It was a bit even more challenging, you know, to make the Icelandic lyric. But I'm quite happy with it. But I would perform, you know, if I go further, you know, I would perform the song in English, obviously. But as concerning the staging, of course, yeah, it will be focused on me, of course. But it will complement, you know, the dramatic of the song, but also the simplicity. I want to embrace the simplicity of everything. You know, focus on the main thing, the music, the vocal, the songwriting, and of course, a little bit of glamour, always, you know.
So with Songvakeppnin, if you were to Songvakeppnin and you got the chance to go to Eurovision to represent Iceland, how would that make you feel? And would you change anything in your performance to match the bigger stage in Liverpool?
Would I change it? Yeah, I might do that, you know, if I have the opportunity, of course, you know, because, you know, if you have a chance to make it even like better and you know, kind of work more on it, probably, yeah, I would change it a bit, yeah.
How would it feel for you also if you were to win Songvakeppnin this year?
Oh, I think that would be an amazing journey, which I'm really up for it, you know. I'm kind of, you know, feeling good and strong at the moment and rekindling my love for music. So, you know, I'm a trooper, so I think I could do it, you know. I would love to.
I love
yeah.
that attitude. It's amazing.
Nice.
Great.
So now that you're back in the music industry and after a long break, what can we expect from you for this upcoming year? Apart from this competition, Songvakeppnin, do you have any like other songs written, collaborations, or have you been working in more music recently?
Yeah, well, because for me, you know, doing music now is just like doing everything I want to, and just, you know, this total freedom. I don't have a record company, so I can do whatever I want, you know, which I like, you know. So I did recently a duet with my son. We wrote it together in COVID, you know, and released it. So that was fun. More of an indie kind of music, you know. But I'm working on my own stuff, like, and I have a lot of songs, more in the kind of the style of, Lose This Dream ballad, but also like, exploring more upbeat songs, of course, because I can still do that,
Mm.
So we can do everything we want, right? So yeah, I'm working on music, so a lot.
Nice. So Songvakeppnin this year is very strong competition. There's lots of really great acts competing. How do you feel about the competition and being part of that? How does it make you feel that?
I love it. It's so refreshing to be part of like something bigger. We have like a very really strong and clear purpose, making a great show. And just kind of just loving music, and the power of music, and everybody's just working at that. I love being part of something like that. It's like a big, like a machine. Like it kind of works for me. So I love that feeling, and for me that's really enough. It brings me great joy, so yeah, I'm loving it. and yeah, meeting all these nice people, and we share our the passion for music. It's very refreshing, yeah.
Now talking a little bit more in general about Eurovision. So you said that like before, like you were a singer like in the 90s, and that was when Iceland started like taking part and having a really great results. So I guess that you will have like a really good memories from Iceland back then. But do you usually watch Eurovision? Have you been watching it since then? And also, do you have any favorite songs from Iceland, sorry, or other countries in general?
Yeah, I've been, Eurovision is obviously a big thing in Iceland. Everybody, they watch Eurovision. So not everybody, but a lot of people. And I watched Eurovision since I was a little girl, and I love it. It's I know there's a few things in life now that unite people, because we are all living in separate spaces, aren't we? Choosing our own thing. So events like this, they are very valuable, today, and maybe even more than it was, So I don't know. I just kind of think it's very big thing today.
Do you have any favorite songs for Eurovision from Iceland or from other countries?
Yeah, I'm a big Euphoria fan, of course, like so many people. I think that's big. But
Euphoria.
Yeah, I mean it's a great song, great performance, and everything about it is like right, And I think my earliest memory was I remember watching Eurovision with my older sisters, in like a really small television. And I remember that year, Hallelujah, they won competition from Israeli, song, and I was like blown away. I was like, wow, I'd never seen anything like this before, like this this glamour, all the staging, and just it was a big thing for me. Yeah.
And how do you feel about the fact that now Iceland is very famous in Eurovision because of the Fire Saga movie? Have you watched it? And have you been to Husavik?
Of course I have. Yeah, we all have. Yeah, and it's a great movie, by the way. Really funny. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Now people expect like Iceland to do well because of this movie, It's like
yeah, I mean it's a great ad for us, Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's fun. There was a lot of inaccuracies though in it. Really confusing.
I mean, but
it's like it's a good show. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's gotta be fun, More than two. Right?
I remember one of my first things watching it. It was like 20 was set in, and like Demi Lovato playing like some singer who was going to be the best in Iceland, and then obviously won, but then got killed in an explosion. But I was thinking that year was Daddy or Gagmag. If you think about things, I was getting really mad that there was no Daddy or Gagmag on stage doing a little think about dance. I don't know why, but it wasn't my first. I watched the film.
Yeah, it was quite fitting, wasn't it? Yeah, it was great.
But thank you so much for coming to talk to us for our interview. I wish you best of luck tomorrow in your final. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you in the final, in Songvakeppnin, maybe at Eurovision in Liverpool in the
Who knows?
UK.
You never know.
So good luck. All this is much for
Thank you.
coming. Do you have a
Thank
message you want to send to your fans and to our followers at Eurovision Fantasia?
Yeah, well, as I say, enjoy the ride. All will be well because we've got music.